Let us read the question. We have a quadratic f of x with an unknown constant p inside it, and we are told its lowest point sits at -1. Here is what we are given: the quadratic with that unknown p and its minimum value of -1. And here is what we must find: the values of p, then a sketch of the curve using the largest one. So here is what we are working with: the function, its minimum value, and the goal of finding p, and then sketching the graph for the biggest p. Here is the key idea. Any quadratic can be written in what we call vertex form. The lowest point of the curve sits at h and k, so the minimum value is simply k. Our minimum is -1, so once we write f in vertex form, that constant must equal -1. Step 1. Let us complete the square on f of x. This is the original function. First, factor the 3 out of the x terms only, leaving the lone p outside. Now take half of the middle coefficient, that is half of p, which is p over 2. Then square it to get p squared over 4. Add that p squared over 4 inside, and subtract it again so nothing changes. The first 3 terms now fold into a perfect square. Finally multiply the 3 back through, and we are in vertex form. The squared part is never negative, so the constant on the end is the minimum value. Step 2. The constant on the end of our vertex form is the minimum value, so we set it equal to -1. That gives p minus 3p, squared over 4 equals -1. Clear the fraction by multiplying everything by 4. Bring everything to one side to get a standard quadratic in p. This factorizes neatly. So p is 2, or p is -2 over 3. Step 3. The largest value of p is 2, so put that into the function. Completing the square the same way gives this vertex form, with the lowest point standing out. From the vertex form, the lowest point is at -1, -1, and the curve is symmetric about x equals -1. Putting x equal to 0 gives the y-intercept at 0, too. Step 4. Find where the curve crosses the x-axis. Set f of x to 0. There is no easy factor here, so we reach for the quadratic formula. First, the discriminant, which tells us how many times the curve crosses. It works out positive, so there are 2 crossings. Putting the numbers in and tidying up gives these 2x values. As decimals, that is about -0.42 and -1.58. Now we can draw the sketch. It is an upward-opening parabola. The lowest point is at -1, -1. The dashed line is the axis of symmetry. It meets the y-axis at 0, too. And it crosses the x-axis at about -0.42 and -1.58. Final answers. For part A, p is 2 or -2 over 3. For part B, an upward parabola with lowest point -1, -1, y-intercept 0, 2, and x-intercepts near negative 0.42 and negative 1.58.